this is Alpha Ali. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today I'm doing another VOD review. This is actually with Froggy. So we're back with another Froggy VOD. I feel like it's been a while actually. We went for like a massive phase of having like a bunch of like Froggy VODs. Now we've got like just this one little one. But we're Froggy. They are currently in Diamond 5 and unfortunately this was a loss. They put this in my first game of comp in a week, so it might be a little bit rough and that's fine. But overall it was a super close game. I had a bit of trouble with my soldier and he said that I was pocketing the tank too much. So I wanted to get you to see if I made the right decision and if I could have done something to push this game to win. Alright then, sweet, that's absolutely fine. As I said, the issue with Mercy at the moment is obviously, you know, she doesn't do too much healing, especially with what's called the increased DPS passive and everything like that, basically. So it might be that maybe, you know, you do end up kind of spending quite a bit of time with him, especially just to make sure that he is, you know, staying up and everything. But we do have an honor, so I'm going to hopefully see kind of like how we can kind of basically balance our beams a little bit more as we go along, basically. So we'll have a quick little look at that. But firstly, if you guys are wanting your own Mercy VOD review, are you wanting your own free Mercy VOD review? I do them live on my Twitch for free at 2 PM UK on Sundays. They cost 7,500 channel points, which you simply get by just watching the streams. If you can't make it that time, then do not worry, as I also record them offline whenever I'm free, and all of them get uploaded to this channel. But if you guys want to see any of my own gameplay as well, you can visit my main channel. If you do need any help with anything, then don't be afraid to message any of my lovely mods on Discord. The links for everything that I've just mentioned will be down in the description. Now, back to the VOD. And yes, we'll hop straight into it. Now, we were doing bets, by the way, before we started, to see what skin Froggy would have on. Not realising it's cosmic. We're all like, oh yeah, Froggy's gonna have like Hunter Spark Overwatch 1, or it's going to be like Rose Gold. No, it's cosmic, something completely different, basically. So... we're using that one today. Very, very cute. Obviously, it's literally just come out in the shop as I'm doing this VOD, basically. Very, very sweet. Love as well the matching charm with it. I've been using the Mitzi charm, but this is very, very cute with the little Seraphim one as well. Love it as well. Also, by the way, my chat, I might just end up kind of, you know, start giggling at some point because my chat have been obsessed with using the word perchance at this point, because I used it once in a VOD in my last VOD. So you may just hear me giggling halfway through and it's just my chat spamming perchance or something like that, basically. Quickly looking at obviously at the what's called at the team clock that we've got. Ryan, obviously Ryan is great to kind of sit and damage. I'm just watching it all. Ryan is great obviously to damage boost, obviously for like the fire strikes, all that kind of stuff and everything as well. Soldier and Sojourn are perfect as well to be able obviously to damage boost just in general. And then Arda as well. Arda is great to obviously keep your Ryan up, but also as well good to damage boost if she ends up kind of what's it called sleeping someone or anything like that as well. But yeah, anyways, we'll get straight into it. So let's see what we can do and whether we are actually... Oh, where's our Ryan going? Is he just like, yeah, nah, we're not defending this first point. Where's he going? Anyways, right. See what we could do in order to try and make sure that we're keeping our beam onto our soldier as much as possible. So, nice to start off, okay? Nice. Good peel for honor. My only thing is if you're peeling for honor like you are, make sure that you're looking to do a sling back to where you are, because obviously you're trying to peel for your honor with the Doomfist, and you don't want yourself to, you know, get caught out by the Doomfist a second. So make this more of a sling instead. So you get yourself in and then sling yourself back out to make sure you're back like with your DPS and everything. All right, but nice peel though. Keep going. Okay, risky res. Okay. With this res, I want you to make sure you're communicating this, or do it a little bit later on, okay? The reason is because, can you see how your honor ends up falling, and also you put yourself in a really, like, kind of dangerous scenario just to get this res off, okay? If you can, try to make sure that you ask your Ryan for a shield here, or ping it or something like that, basically. Just, my chat. Just to make sure that, you know, you're shielded off and you're as safe as possible, just to make sure you can get this res off, basically, okay? So just if you can, try to make sure that you ping this, or make sure that your Ryan is ready to shield you before you do end up going for this res. If he doesn't end up doing that, or you feel like you can't trust him enough to be able to do that, then just make sure that you're keeping everyone else alive, basically, okay? We end up getting up though, which is really, really great. Nice. Nice, keep damage boosting here. Nice, okay. What I want you to do here, instead of getting the pistol out, just keep damage boosting. You damage boosting the what's called the soldier would basically mean that you can like sit and damage boost you know, and it will get more damage out basically compared to getting our pistol out, okay? So just if you can, try to make sure that you're pushing your damage boost onto here to make sure that he doesn't end up falling, and then you can get a recon test in a sec. All right, we'll keep on going though. So Ryan's holding down the fort very well. That's a fine time to get your pistol out. Very, very nice. Obviously, you know, to just be able to get people back out and everything. And very, very nice, okay? Nice how you try to leave us with the healing for your honor. Just fortunately, your Ryan ends up kind of walking forward as it happens, basically. But it's all good. Keep going. Okay? Good pushing with your Sojourn here. Love this. Nice. Keep pushing damage boost there. Nice peel back. Good damage boost. Try not to sling yourself in here, because what's going to happen is, obviously, your Ryan's just going to hold space while the resin are going to push in quite quickly. We don't want to sling ourselves out here, be stuck here for a good couple seconds, and then come back out. Make this a GA cancel here, because we can still get a hold of everyone very, very nicely, and we can still help people out. So make this a GA cancel if you can. Okay? Keep going, though. Oh, unfortunately with the punch there as you're going in. Nice, go on, go get her, go get her. Nice, okay, we just reset, go again, perfect. Oh, Sadal was what's in the Dead Mercy. Love it. Alright, let's keep going though. So, we're going to have to be probably thinking there's going to be ults coming in at this point, okay? So we're going to be thinking, okay, they're probably going to have a Nano, they're probably going to have a Doomfist as well, especially with how much the Doomfist did in the first team fight as well. Probably thinking as well the close to Sojourner, maybe towards a Genji one as well, because they've just switched to Kiri, obviously they're not going to have that one. So it's just making sure that we're being ready and we're, you know, to make sure that we're ready for these, okay? Keep it going though. So nice. Soldier sleeping. Nice, okay. There is no need for you to sit and body block it, okay? You do not need to sit and body block. The reason is because if he ends up taking a little bit of damage, it'll wake him up straight away. And also you have the honor there to apply a nade. You also, essentially, you have quite a few people to back him up along with the shield, okay? There's no need for you to get in what's called body block. You can literally just sit back here, go and damage with someone else, for example, the Sojourn instead, because the Sojourn and you damage with the Sojourn might be enough to be able to, you know, basically not want people to peek the soldier because you're sat here damage boosting the Sojourn instead, okay? So just if you can, try to make sure that you're pushing damage boost on your Sojourn. Don't come in and body block here as you don't need to. Okay, we'll keep on going though. Because can you see how, like, we end up taking a lot of damage here as that ends up happening? Because we end up, we end up kind of going in to go and, the Doomfist emoting on the honor is horrible, that's what can I just say. But yeah, keep it going though. I'll have a bit of my drink as well while we, while we get back. But yeah, just, we don't need to body block it, so don't try and risk our lives to be able to, okay? Nice rotation with our Sojourn though. Nice. Keep pushing up your Sojourn here. Okay, I was just going to say, keep pushing up your Sojourn rather than going to peel back, okay? With the Doomfist land on the honor, you know, your honor's got a lot of, like, help and support, basically. So don't worry too much about that at all. They got a jump right now. So it's just making sure that we don't end up kind of playing in, like, little small rooms, like this one, for example, okay? Nice, with whatever opportunities that you found, you managed to get yourself out. If you stayed in there, I would have been like, okay, get yourself out there. But nice how you managed to get yourself back out. To be honest, right now, you're spending a lot of time with your soldier, which is very, very nice. Okay. Gonna give you a bit of a tip here. Do not Valk for Nano Blade. You can Valk for Blade, but do not Valk for Nano Blade. The reason is because you are not going to be able to do anything as Mercy if you Valk for Nano Blade. Because you cannot out-heal it. With Blade, if it's a good Genji, you're not going to be able to. However, if it's not so great Genji, you can technically out-heal the Blade. However, if it's a Nano Blade, then then you can't do anything. Koala didn't clock, he had Nano. Okay, so with Genji, right, always check if they've got an honor, because 9 times out of 10 that honor will be wanting to nano that Genji and she will save it for the Genji. If not, she's most likely going to nano the tank. Okay, so those are the two kind of targets you're going to look at which she's going to nano. Okay, she'd either nano the the what's called the Doomfist, or she's gonna nano the Genji. And if Genji's got his ult, Genji will be like begging the Ana, be like, give me nano, okay? So they're gonna nano that, okay? So whenever you basically see that Genji is going to basically want to use his blade and you know that he's got it online, make sure we're looking out for the Ana nano. If they have that, don't Valk it. It's a bit like a Blizzard, okay? You don't Valk for Blizzard because you can't out heal it and you can't do anything with the Valk when, you know, when the enemy team blizzards, so it just ends up with a wasted Valk, okay? You can Valk afterwards. What I mean by Valking afterwards is because if your team does end up kind of losing quite a few people, you can always Valk after that. Like, for example, here, you can always Valk it at this point because, you know, or like start your Valk at this point because they've lost two. The Genji and the Ana have both gone at this point, so the, you know, the danger of the blade's gone. And as long as the rest of your team's healthy, you can maybe go in for a res, which is what you're doing right now. But don't initially do the Valk for the blade, because if the Genji gets 4k and you're just stood there in the Valk in the air like, oh, well, what do I do now? Do you know what I mean? So don't Valk for a Nano Blade, okay? We'll keep on going, though. Nice. Your Sojourn's probably just going to self-regen, so don't worry too much about her now. We'll just have to play to kind of stabilize ever so slightly. Nice. Your Sojourn's are coming out, which is perfect. Just be ready for that Doomfist maybe coming to come and punch you. I don't mind, so I know I normally have a go at people for super jumping, but I really, what's it called? I really like how much you're, you're doing the super jump like within the cover and stuff like that, okay? So I love how much that you're kind of using the super jump to be able to get up, you know, from the Doomfist, so it means that it's less likely for you to kind of to get slammed in. All right, we'll keep on going though. Oh, okay, let's talk about this bit. Sorry, I feel like I might have paused it at at a bad point. Ah, okay. So you end up just taking a bunch of damage trying to get in to help your Sojourn. Genji dashes in, obviously, you just take a bunch of Junkrat spam. That is what it is. It's just unfortunate that your Sojourn is getting punched in, basically. You did your best. Unfortunately, you guys end up falling. I think this is obviously going to be a reset. The Torn Junkrat. I fear Junkrats are still one thing that I still really struggle to predict sometimes. But it is what it is. Alright, we'll keep it going, though. Put that away for a sec. Oh, let's keep it going. Can't even be a Sojourn there, unfortunately. We don't res yet, because obviously he's gonna, use his ult. Now you can res. Alright, also really, really great. It's going to be helping your Ana out at this point. Nice that we switched off the Rhino as well, because I was going to be honest, you're struggling with the Rhino there. Make sure we position ourselves one step back, so we're going back here, by the way, just to make sure we're not standing out in the LOS of the Genji. Like, you kind of like just stood here for a second or two being like, what's up, Genji, you know? If you can, try to make sure that you're moving yourself back over to here if you can. We'll keep it going. Unfortunately, with the deflex on the nade, you can't do anything about that, unfortunately. Nice to heal up your Ana first. Obviously, I was expected to hit to heal up your thingy, but it's all good. Nice. I can hear Genji above, so just, yeah, nice. You're kind of looking out for that. Okay, so with this, because you know that the Genji is above, okay, I want you to be proactive in this case, Froggy, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to kind of realize, okay, there's a Genji above, he's most likely going to dash down and try to come for people, or he's just going to sit up here and spam. Who is the person that is going to take the brunt of that? Well, it's either going to be, for example, the soldier that's down here, or possibly your Ana, okay? So it's good that you are playing with your Sojourn, but try to make it so you are basically available and ready to go back for your soldier if you desperately need to, okay? Because, you need to be proactive more often, which I think is something that you're kind of struggling with a tiny bit at the moment, Froggy, where you're being very reactive to like what's happening, okay? Instead, I want you to think, okay, that Genji's up there, he's most likely going to dash down and try and attack someone, like for example my Ana or my soldier, so I'm going to be basically there and ready for that to happen, if that's the case. Alright, we'll keep on going though. Nice res. Obviously, I'm going to see what I end up kind of doing with that. Nice, going to the health pack. Okay, One key thing with the end of this, I like how you managed to escape it though, okay? Look for a way that it's going to be very, very hard for the Genji to come down. For example, the Genji used his dash to be able to come forward to this one over here, okay? He then uses his dash again to be able to come over to you, okay? Once you've got this what's called this health pack, use this for a vertical piece of movement. The reason is because you can track his, what's it called, his dashes, okay? So you would have got the dash reset upon the, what's called, the elimination. You would then, obviously, you know, you do your G out into the health pack, which obviously he then dashes again, okay? That means he no longer has a dash. So instead of you G-ing into more danger, like, for example, D-ing into the enemy Doomfist while your team are trying to attack it, look for a way that you can keep yourself safe for a second and then go forward. For example, here, I would look to G myself up into like, this little window here just for a second, basically. And then wait for the Genji to either try and wall climb it or wait for your J to come back online, in which case you can then peel back for your team, okay? Just to kind of keep yourself that little bit safer, because it was a little bit risky coming over here, okay? But like the movement to the health pack to make sure that, you know, you've got that extra little bit of health and, you know, to top yourself back up and then going away from it, okay? We'll keep on going. So we're just playing very passively for a sec. Wait for your health to fully regen before you start going forward, by the way, okay? Wait for yourself to be, like, fully okay before you do end up going forward. We did, obviously, you know, try to peel for our Sojourn, which is good, okay? Genji, we know, is probably going to have backed off at this point, so we can push forward here. Nice, okay. Watch his buff half HP, stick that damage boost onto someone else. Allow Ana to get that, what's called ult charge, especially because she's near Nano. Okay. I don't like this Valk either. Why are we Valking here, Froggy? I would like to know why. Why are we popping Valk here? Okay? Because to me, this seems very reactive once again. I feel like you hear that, you know, they've used Nano Boost, they use Kitsune, they use Tyre, and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to Valk, okay? And then they pop, what's it called? And they do all these ults, okay? I think I reacted to Nano, okay? Don't. Okay? Your team are pretty good right now, okay? Your team are pretty good. They decided to pop both support ultimates at the exact same time, and they also decided to pop Tyre, okay? There is nothing you can there's nothing you can physically do here as Mercy to be able to do anything, because Tyre will just instantly kill. We also try not to Valk for Tyre if we can, because it, like, even if we're, what's it called, even if we are up in the air like this, Junkrats can still get them with, you know, get us with our Tyre, especially if they're a skilled Junkrat player, they will be able to, okay? So we never ever want to Valk for our Tyre either, okay? At this moment in time, you just have to think to yourself, okay, this is probably going to be a team fight reset because of how many ultimates they've used, okay? At this point, we would either have to die ourselves or just do a quick reset, because then we can go in and we could push in with our own ultimates. We could push in with our Overclock, we could push in with our Valk, and everything else as well afterwards, okay? It's better, okay? But was about to be blown up a Pop's visor. That is also true. That is, to us, that is worse than yours, okay? Because yours isn't bad, because I could understand why you would have thought it would have been the case, okay? But it's making sure that you know they're going to have Tyre, they're going to have all these, like, other ultimates as well coming up, and because they've used all of them at the exact same time, unless if the cart was very, you know, close to here, we don't want to kind of pop it, basically. Okay? We'll keep on going though. I want to see what we end up doing. So, we end up kind of coming to what's called to help out our diva. I will say one thing that you can do here, which might be able to help out, is stall out the point. Because you've lost 3, you want to try and make sure that you're getting your team back to respawn, okay? So what you can do is, while you're healing up your diva, because your diva can't touch due to the health that your diva's at, you can always come forward and play on the point a little bit. Even if that's just a quick little sling on, I'm going to play on here for a second, sling off and go and res someone. That extra, like, second of you staying on the point can be the difference between your team winning out the team fight because they've got respawners back, or the enemy team getting it in, basically. Okay, so what I would recommend here, if you can, is when you pop this Valkyrie, you go to go and help your diva, don't just do it just to go over here if you can. Do it so you end up J'ing yourself onto the point to do a little bit of a stall for a second, then you can go for your reses or do whatever you'd like to as well, or even sling yourself back off on, do whatever you want, basically, just to stall it out. Alright, we'll keep on going. So we end up going for a res. Good peel as well back to the, what's called, to the diva. Just make sure we know where we're going afterwards, okay? Because obviously now at this point we're going for our stalls a tiny bit. So nice. Love as well, obviously you're looking at that positioning. Very, very nice. Good stalls there. Make sure that we're using the front of that payload as well, where it's going to be what's called less risky for us. Really, really nice. Random junk trap, it happens. Alright, we'll keep it going though. Nice. Okay, so your diva should be hopefully getting mech back soon. Okay. Your Sojourn has ults and your soldier does not, okay? So I would be probably maybe looking to damage boost him a tiny bit more at the start of the team fight if you can. He is playing very, very passively, so I don't mind you playing with your Sojourn here right now. So that's fine. Nice. One key thing, I didn't feel like you were ready there for the Doomfist coming up, okay? If you feel like the Doomfist is going to come up and dive you, make sure that you're already being proactive and you know that these guys are here just to do a nice little GA back to, basically. Okay? Keep going, though. Nade is harsh. Yeah. Okay, let's quickly rewind this. Cause I feel like you're not ready for any of this, okay? So, it's this rotation here. I do not like you coming into this room, okay? What did I say when we were playing against Junkrats? We do not go into small rooms, okay? Whenever we're playing against a Junkrat, we do not go into small rooms. It also kind of works when we're playing against dive targets, like for example the Genji. We don't want to kind of, you know, relive into a small room because it's very, very hard for us to do anything with it afterwards, after that, okay? So yes, whenever we're playing against Junkrat, no small rooms or anything that can dive onto. So even if like you're playing against a Winston or anything like that, okay? We don't go into small rooms. Okay, when you're backing off here, I want you to back off over to here, okay? The reason for that is because can you see how A, there's a health pack here to come and help you, and B, you're here to help your soldier. Your Ana and your soldier are kind of pairing up together to work together here. So they're like their own little pair, and then Diva does her own like little thing, basically, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to use your GA to get yourself back over to here in order to go to the health pack, basically, and then we can go in and do whatever after that, basically. All right, we'll keep on going, though. So, Genji comes and dashes in. We should also be kind of thinking there's going to be a Genji blade coming up soon because it's been a while since he's had his blade, okay? So I'd be trying to make sure as well that I'm playing very much out of the way and I'm playing very separate from my Ana. Because what ends up happening is you end up doing this little like panic GA and then this like little super jump and then the jump rat spam ends up hitting you, okay? So you end up kind of panicking. The Orbigus, like I've ended up being bladed. I end up with the nano, I end up with the nade, and you end up with the Junkrat spam on you, okay? Whereas if you were already pre over here, you can maybe back around to try and beat up your order to try and help with the, bear in mind it's a naked blade this time, so it means that we can maybe try and out heal it. So I'd be looking to kind of, to help maybe peel up for your honor. And can you see how we can end up kind of avoiding everything here? We can avoid the nade, and we can avoid the Junkrat spam, okay? So, don't go into small rooms. Come over to here instead, okay? Unfortunately, we do end up kind of getting picked off. And we'll see what we end up kind of doing here in a second. So Ana ends up leaving, puts the nano onto the Diva, which will give perfect stall for a little bit longer. Your Sojourn pops ult, which is good. Sojourn ends up falling, sadly. Okay, we end up going on to the point. It's a good bomb. Gives you obviously a chance to be able to res. So very nice that you use the bomb to go to res. Nice how you cut the GA short just to make sure you don't end up kind of hitting the ult onto your Ana. Okay. The only thing I can kind of quote you on this bit is just you getting punched by the Doomfist here, okay? All this was really, really nicely well played, okay? Love how you stopped it short. Love how you came obviously onto the point to stall it, okay? Love how you sling yourself back on. My only thing with this, okay, you can see the Doomfist charging up his punch at this point, okay? So you know it's going to hit you. So instead of you being like, okay, I'm going to take it, I'm just going to tank it out, and then you just, you know, you end up kind of getting hit from it instead. If you can, try to make sure that you're kind of dropping behind. So instead of you being like, okay, I'm gonna take it from the Doomfist, drop, yeah, I'm the tank. Just if you can, try to drop behind this payload here to allow the punch to go through, and then you can very easily either G yourself off or go do whatever you want to do, basically, okay? Just don't kind of take the Doomfist punch, be like, okay, come at me, I'm gonna take it, okay? Make sure if you can to drop behind the payload and then go from there, okay? We'll keep on going. Why does it hit Froggy? Should we have a quick look at the third person one? So we'll take it from this bit. Because I do like how you stop the GA short on the just in case the Doomfist ult comes. Which is fine. Nice GA back on. Okay. It's here. So it hits the Sojourn and it also hits Froggy as well because it's still in that exact same kind of line. So you can see like from the line from the Doomfist, it hits Sojourn, it'll also hit Froggy. Froggy's like just on the edge of it. Like Froggy, no offense, if you were a little bit further forward, by the way, you would have died to this. But because you're still in the range of the punch, you like, because you were on the payload like here, weren't you? You're in that line of the punch, so it'll end up hitting you. Alright, we'll keep it going though. So, nice that we back off. We go over to the health, which is as we should do. Straight over to our Soj, because obviously we need to help the Junkrat spam, Slay, I guess. That ends up happening. Is what it is, but we've got 30 seconds left, which is perfect, okay? We are on Mercy Lucio now, which means you will have to do a lot more healing. Which I fear you may have realised, okay? I'd be thinking they're probably going to have another Nano coming up, and maybe a Kiriko ult, because they use both of them at the exact same time. So it's just about being careful for them. Don't try to go for a res, because there's no point. Okay, I want you to play your own life at this point, okay? So do not worry about trying to get your beam onto any of these guys, because can you see how healthy they are? Sojourn is full HP, and your Diva is basically above half, like she's still got her armor left, okay? There is no reason for you to rotate here. I would rather you personally played safe for a second, maybe cheat yourself back into spawn, because you've got Soldier here. Use that to build up your Valk, and then go in, okay? Because you going over to here means that the Genji that's obviously just been nanoed gives a straight target, being like, okay, Mercy just use a big long sling, that's a long cooldown, and you're gone, okay? If you can instead, leave these guys. They are fully HP. They are completely fine, okay? Leave them for a second and just stay with your Soldier. Build up the Valk, and then you can use your Valk to go and help them, okay? We'll keep on going though, because I want to see if you end up getting picked off here. Good, obviously, with the Lucio. Nice that you drop into the, into the well and everything. We build up the Valk. Can't do anything for the, for the Soldier there. Nice. So they end up C9ing, okay? Nice, Froggy. I like, obviously, you know, the fall down and everything like that. Just if you can, with that first little bit, play it a little bit safer so you don't end up with the risk of the Genji coming in with the Nano and dashing you. Stay over here. Alright? This is the third visor that flopped. Bless him. And Froggy as well. When did he say that to you, by the way? You're spending too much time with the tank. Because you're absolutely not. You are spending equal amounts of time with everyone. And it's really, really nice to see. Okay? He ulted the point blank of the joke. He just goes, heal your DPS in ult. Bestie, he's 1 HP in the backline being attacked by a Junkrat. Surely you would... And Birdman, you're running Mercy Lucio as well. Nah, Froggy. He's delusional, Bestie. He is delusional. Because you need to stay with the team, though, because obviously you're running Mercy Lucio, okay? And yeah, you're not spending too much time with the tank whatsoever, either. Alright? Keep going, though. Okay, so we have to appeal, obviously, for her there, because obviously Ana's not looking. Nice. Genji behind. Nice peel for the Ana. Good res. I love how everyone kind of like just stops for a second as well while the Mercy res, like both Mercy's res. It's always really, really cute. Good damage boost here. Once again, don't go and body block there because Junkrat could very easily one-shot. Clearing up the trap, fair enough. And you guys end up, I'm going to guess, capping it. There is a Doomfist up top, which I'm hoping you've kind of heard at this point now. Good peel for the Soldier. Make sure that GA's to somewhere, by the way, not just like up in the air. Nice. Let's get good ping where the Junkrat is. Nice, good point, man. Good deal with. You know what? I feel like your Soldier is thinking that you're spending too much time with the tank because you're spending too much. Well, I say you're spending too much time. You're not. You're spending a lot more time with your other DPS, which is absolutely fine to do because, no offense, your other DPS has been a lot better. Gosh, that Mercy's just saved that Genji like mad. No need to Valk here. You Valk because you panic because you do a bad GA. Let's quickly rewind it, okay? So, all this is fine because obviously, you know, you're trying to balance out your beams, everything like that is what it is. Going from there, basically. Okay? It's this GA in a second. We do not need to sling here. We know that Doomfist is here and is most likely going to dive in because he probably thinks that a lot of people are quite weak, but in reality, we managed to heal people quite nicely. He will want to dive in, okay? Allow him to dive in, and you can assess the situation from there, okay? You do not need to Valk it, because I feel like we end up Valking it because we end up in a bad, what's it called? We end up in a bad spot because we end up thinking, I would have thought the team would push him, but they did. No, they would do, okay? Because we know that the Doomfist is still very healthy. They've popped Mercy Valk as well. Mercy Valk is a great time to be able to push him. And also, he'll probably be thinking that a lot of your DPS won't be full HP at this point. So expect him to dive in, okay? So if you're expecting him to dive in, we don't need to sling forward. Instead, we GE cancel and we play over here, okay? Also, we don't need to peek this, okay? Remember, whenever we're playing with anyone, no matter who it is, we always play one step back. These guys are playing here, so they're holding this corner. So we will hold this ever so slight corner over here, and we will play one step back, okay? We don't need to be kind of being nosy and be like, hey, what's everyone doing? Ooh, you know, we don't need to be nosy, okay? We can literally just stay and play back and play over here. All right, keep it going, though. So we end up popping it anyways. I would probably pop it now, to be honest, if you wanted to. Good push on the damage boost now, though. Obviously, you've got Genji behind you. Good visor. We got a good visor off. It's good to see. Nice, obviously, here with Junkrat on the point. Woohoo! Everyone's so weak, man. Everyone's just spread out enough there, basically. Perfect. Right. Leave, obviously, all the healing for your honor. Minus, obviously, you know, healing her. Perfect. Awesome. So we're on a slight like little off angle with our soldier here. Okay, this should be your honor. This should be your honor moving that, but okay, I guess we're moving it then. That's fine. Try if you can to stick with your Sojourn here because you're gonna have ults, but she's not gonna have a nano to go with it. So if you can try to stick with your what's called good peel, by the way, for your soldier here. Good shooting as well behind what's called, behind the deflex. Very nice. Well played there, Froggy. Okay. Nice. Once again, your honor should be pushing this. I don't know why she's trying to pretty much front line, but, you know. That's fine. This is just a reset. Go grab the health pack. Make that a sling up, by the way, because of the wall. You end up kind of obviously with like a bit of like a weird like sling at that point. Do a super jump up there. But yeah, we need to reset it anyways. They use quite a few ults. Obviously, they use what's called, they use Nano Blade. So that's all fine. Don't worry about it. Reset, go again. Okay? Keep it going. So we do have our Nano now, which means there's not too much of a rush to be able to stay with our Sojourn. Obviously for the ult, but if you need to, we can. Oh, never mind. Okay, Blizzard is out. Obviously can't help your honor with the Blizzard because she'll just end up getting two-shot. If you're looking for a res here, don't go for a res. Okay, we get a little bit lost there. I think we get a little bit lost because we tried to look for a res, okay? You can crouch on that platform, but I wouldn't recommend it due to the position that Honor's in, basically. Because you trying to, you know, what's called? You trying to get a res off onto your honor is just going to res her in like a really bad spot. So don't worry about that one. Alright, keep it going now though. This is fine, Val, because if you want to try and help contest it. Good, what's called damage boost onto the hook, by the way. Nice. Go on, go get him. 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 Go on. Yes! You slayed that, Froggy. Keep going. Nice res. Very well played there, Froggy. I love it. Alright, keep it going, though. Okay, so you still hold on to... Okay, I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. You can't res it either. Doomfist up there, by the way. Just FYI. Help you, Soj. Good, good, good. Okay. Don't sling yourself in here. Focus on helping your Sojourn get the Mercy. Don't kind of like what's called sling yourself into the enemy backline, especially because they're going to be going to be coming in and you know, respawn in a sec. Also, it means as well that you can't get the res off because of how it's positioned. Okay. So I'd rather you worked on keeping the Sojourn up. We do end up getting the res, which is nice. Blizzard comes out. Okay, we just need to try and look for a sling there a little bit, but it's fine. but Mercy, yeah, just damage boost the Sojourn for the Mercy. You don't need to go in yourself, all right? Unfortunately, we have to reset, go again here. You got to, oh, unfortunately with the hog. Good res. Can't do anything for your soldier there, unfortunately, because he's just stood out in the open once again. This is another reset. I respect that you went for the res, I will say. It was very, very nice, you know, to see and everything. Good, once again, use of aggression from you and everything as well. It's just unfortunate that your soldier died as you did it because he was in a bad spot. I think the only thing that could have maybe, like, stopped that was to make sure that we're pinging that res. But it's fine. Reset, go again. Our Sojourner still hasn't used a ult, because I'm still waiting for you to go ahead and damage boost it. But that's fine. Nice heals. Too early. You have out too early here. May has not used her her wall yet, and also what's it called? And also she's just used her, so she did ice block and she's not used a wall. So she's going to ice block and then wall everyone off, okay? That means that your team are going to have to wait for that wall to go down before your team can engage, okay? So there's no need for you to bulk just yet. Save it for a good, like, more like 5 seconds or something, and then go and bulk it. For example, I'd bulk now. Can't do anything for soldier there. Can't do anything for Sojourn there. And nice, back into squad. So Miss Froggy, you're not doing anything bad here. I think the only thing that might be letting you down is purely just a hero switch at this point. For example, if you switch to a Kiriko now, this would have helped so much with their honors nades, as well as helping with the Doomfist and everyone's dives, okay? Because I feel like that's the one thing that your team are missing right now. So if your DPS are not getting the picks with your damage boost, or you feel like you're not having too much of an impact as Mercy, don't be afraid to switch to a little bit of a Kiri if you feel comfortable, because then that means that what's it called, you will have the Zuzu available to help with these, like, really kind of what's called, these nades, and also be able to help out with the Doomfist coming in and everything like that as well. Mercy, yeah, Mercy's good when people are taking advantage of your damage boost, which unfortunately your soldier isn't doing what's it called, you know, well with, and your Sojourn just hasn't decided to pop her overclock in like 4 minutes. So you can't get any kind of too much value out of it, basically, okay? So if you would like to, go to Kiri, but if not, you can keep playing Mercy, because it's going well, to be honest. Like, you're still playing a really good Mercy here. Like, I fear there's nothing too much that you're doing wrong, essentially. It's just this Doomfist is just walking over your team right now, basically. Lovely damage to the Coalescence, though. This is looking really, really nice, this team recontest. Nice, that's nice. Okay, we need 3 on cart now. Perfect, okay. At this point, okay, Froggy, I need you to sit here and you just think, okay, what ults are they going to have? They're going to have pretty much everything minus Doomfist ult, okay? So we need to make sure that we're trying to get an early pick-off here. We get an early pick-off by damage boosting either one of our DPS, okay? I'm probably thinking they're going to have Blizzard, which means I might need to kind of, like, back myself off with the payload at some point. We're also probably going to have to, what's called, back off with the Genji Blade. Essentially, we just need to kind of make sure that we are preparing ourselves for this recontest in a second, alright? So, I'd back off now. Nice, so Genji dies. That's perfect. I would love a Sojourn ult. Oh my gosh, we've used it. Make sure we're damage boosting it. Okay. I'm going to rewatch that and break it down. Because there were some elements that were beautiful, Froggy, and there were some elements that weren't the two best, basically. But I fear you did quite a bit here as Mercy, and I don't think there's too much more you could personally do, okay? So, first thing I'm going to say to you is back off earlier than this. You already have 4 on the payload and you need a max of 3, basically, okay? So, if you can, back off earlier. The reason is because you end up taking quite a bit of damage at the beginning, purely because you end up getting slammed by the Doomfist and you don't react to it, okay? So, what I want you to do is, when you know that they're going to start recontesting, we back out. Remember, we have a soldier that's all the way back here. So, we can back out and let's just play into this little room here, basically. So, we have our soldiers to back off to, alright? Now, Genji Blade comes through. It's a very nice helix rocket from our soldier. It's very, very nice, okay? We're gearing ourselves up into a high ground, which is nice. Don't get the Glock out, no need to, okay? What I'd recommend is maybe dropping forward ever so slightly here just to keep our diva up. Because remember, if our tank dies, it's going to be very, very hard for you to do anything else, okay? So, make sure we're dropping down a little bit sooner there. When dropping down, just drop fully down, so it means we can follow up with our Soldier ult, which we're finally using. So make sure that we're kind of following up with that, and also to, you know, help with our Diva, okay? Diva ends up having to use her ult because she ends up getting anti-naded, is what it is. Nice. Obviously, we cannot do anything for our, what's called our Diva there, but it's a very nice res. Just make sure when we're escaping from the res, don't just do once again another super jump up. Look to sling yourself off of the point, okay? Because we have people on the point right now, okay? So when you finish with that res, look to sling yourself off to the side rather than just up in the air, basically. All right? We'll keep on going. So unfortunately, Diva can't get back into her mech because she ends up getting punched by the Doomfist. I want you to stay with Diva more here. So instead of you kind of going back with your Sojourn here, stay aggressive with your Diva because we need our Diva to get her mech back if we can, or to keep our Moira up, essentially. We just need to keep someone up on this side of the wall because our Sojourn getting walled off like this, she cannot physically do anything. So she's just going to vibe out here. She's probably going to be our next contester, basically. Okay? So if you can, try and get someone else. Good recontest here. I respect the sling back on. Just unfortunate that that ends up happening and we end up... Oh, okay. Oh, so our Sojourn retouches and then sadly ends up falling, okay? Froggy, this was really well played by you. And if your soldier is sat there shouting you, saying that you spent too much time with the tank, you didn't. You end up spending a lot more time with your other DPS, but that's purely because your other DPS was, until like the last like couple bits, they were doing quite a bit, okay? So they were doing really, really well. Froggy, I think overall for yourself, your movement was really, really great, okay? And I like how... Oh, sorry, I nearly just dropped my water. I really like as well how aggressive you're getting now as well. Either with the pistol or just with your positioning in general. It's really, really nice to see, okay? I will say it did get a tiny bit too aggressive sometimes with the pistol, but I respect how much you're using it, though, because I don't see enough Mercies going out and using it to get these, like, picks, for example, like on the Doomfist and everything like that as well, okay? Very, very nice, okay? Reses, the majority of them were okay. It's just making sure, especially like for example with that first one right at the beginning, it's just making sure that we are letting our team know that we want to go and do that res, okay? For example, like on third point as well, when our soldier ends up dying because we go for a res and I don't think he really like, you know, realizes, okay? Just make sure that we're alerting our team that, hey, I want to go for a res, just to make sure that they're all like pretty healthy before we go and do anything else, okay? I think my only other thing as well, Froggy, I can say to you is don't be afraid to switch off, okay? I would have said that Kiriko would have been perfect for that last point, okay? Because you could have used Zuzu to be able to wipe the anti-nade as well as any of the effects of the blizzard, which would have made basically the blizzard ineffective whatsoever. You could have also maybe used it to help your Diva get herself back into mech as well. I would have said that probably that's the only kind of slight thing you could have done. But Mercy-wise, your Mercy was really, really great, sweet, and that loss isn't on you, okay? You did really, really well, okay? But with that, though, thank you so much, obviously, for the VOD, Froggy, and I do hope to see another one from you in the future. But thank you so much to everyone on YouTube as well as on Twitch for watching this. You saw at the beginning how you get your own VOD view, basically. So if you want to go and see that, you can do, basically. But also just kind of like more general stuff from me. Obviously, there is my main YouTube channel, which will be linked down below. So you can go and have a look at my own kind of gameplay. Also, there's my Twitch, where you guys can go and watch all this live, as well as my gameplay and obviously, you know, the VODs and everything. And then finally, there's my Discord as well, if you guys do want to kind of chat to me off stream or want to kind of just, you know, see me about any of the VOD stuff and everything as well. You're more than welcome to. But yeah, thank you so much for the lovely VOD, and I'll see you all later.